Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, and welcome to The Pitch. I'm the jock that likes to rock, Jason.
And I'm Will, and I'm nerdy and a little bit wordy.
Welcome to The Pitch. This is our second podcast.
We made it 2 whole episodes.
What sequel is
Are we
better
up
than
for
the
Are we up
first?
for Emmys
All of
yet? Have you funded our Patreon yet? We're on episode 2, damn it. We're not doing this for free anymore.
Yeah, come on. We deserve it. The first one was gold. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
We're trying to follow up our first masterpiece with a great sequel.
Yep. Yeah, so The Pitch, our show. Well, this is the 3rd time we talk about it. It's a Baltic Avenue podcast. And I'm not going to keep doing the host role because this is Jason's show.
That's right.
So
All
if it's a train wreck, Jason.
I'm guiding this rock and roll train now, this crazy train to hell. Welcome to the Baltic
Baltic Avenue podcast.
Baltic Avenue podcast, The Pitch. Anyway, so in this podcast, we're going to go through, me and Will are both very similar but different people. He's going to give me a pitch on something and I'm going to respond to it, or vice versa. In this one, you get to hear me talk about one of my favorite bands, Guns N' Roses. So we'll get to that later.
I mean, I like flowers. I'm not that into guns.
Oh, come on, man. They're great.
Oh, this isn't a bit, by the way. I don't know Guns N' Roses like at all. So this is Guns N' Roses version here. I feel like I'm a groupie. I get taken backstage immediately because virgin.
They want you, and they picked you out before the show was done. No, I feel like Guns N' Roses is going to be a good topic because it has totally been one of those classic rock bands that I feel like has been pushed to the back when they are one of the best bands ever. So I'm excited. When I chose this topic, I just rocked out.
Are they better than Miley?
Oh my God, she would go away crying.
I don't know, man. Miley's pretty good.
These guys are too hardcore for Miley. She would be one of the side tracks.
But she's pansexual.
To the curb.
She's pansexual, though.
Please, I hate
She
that
smokes weed too. I don't know if you watch the VMAs, but she talked about how she smoked leaves a lot. She's hardcore, man.
Slash and the guys had a major heroin addiction that made many of their band members quit. Okay, I think they got her.
Were they on a Disney Channel show?
Slash might have been. He's been in a lot of crap. He might. There, you very
Fair,
well might have
fair.
been.
Okay, okay.
All right. So anyway, let's go on to our first segment. Teach you a little bit about ourselves. This is our segment called "Have You Met Ted?" It's where you're going to meet us as if we're talking to a lovely lady at the bar, trying to pitch ourselves, if you will, to her. So, hey, Will, have you met Marion?
Madam Librarian.
Oh, my God.
Miss Miriam. I love to teach you Call of Duty. Those headshots are crazy, crazy, crazy. Madam Librarian. Marion. That's my pitch.
Are you done? Okay, good.
Well, I mean, you sung
sung
last week. I felt like I should sing this week. I mean, I feel
sent her running.
I feel a little dumb now. Like I don't think it panned out. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You gotta hit on a lot of girls to get them
Hey,
on.
Jason, have you met Esther?
Esther, hi. Nice to meet you. I want to tell you a little bit about my charity work. I like to spend my time in the Peace Corps, cross seas.
Yeah, you're in the Peace Corps.
I totally am in the
What
Peace
countries
Corps.
have you been to?
I've been to Congo.
What's the capital of Congo?
It's Crystal City.
Crystal City. Oh.
Crystal City in Congo, guarded by all of the apes, I went there.
That almost got that was like right up to the line of racist.
No,
it didn't get racist. I'm saying
good.
I heard it's guarded by, and I'm like child soldiers.
No.
Child soldiers.
No. We donate to them too. We go.
You donate to the children.
They need the diamonds that we get from the massive gorillas.
So what you're saying is you're part of a charity that funds the progression of a child army.
Well, I mean, what they do with the money is out of our control. We like to give them the freedom. We're a very democratic system.
Is Coney 2012 part of it?
Yes, big part.
Okay, cool.
We got Jane Goodall support.
Great.
Wait, she's still alive?
Jane Goodall?
Yeah.
What is it? Is that the
matter.
gorilla lady?
Oh, yeah.
I think she's still alive.
Anyway, we got her support. The late Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
And the Jane Goodall Foundation. So, yeah.
And so to summarize it, I'm a bad singer. Jason's a little bit racist. Those are pitch to ladies.
Not racist.
It's okay, guys. He's from Nebraska. It's not his fault.
Is Congo still a country?
You said, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think it's a region. Did you think of that country because of risk?
No.
Because you said Congo, and I'm like, that's a risk territory. I don't think that's a
I would
country.
have chosen Peru because I always win when I choose Peru. All right, you ready to move on?
I don't know. You're driving the bus. I'm just here for the ride, man.
All right. I'm like Otto from The Simpsons. You don't want to trust this bus. All right, what's next? Let's see.
I don't know. You're in charge.
I lost my notes. This train is derailed.
Do you need this segment?
Oh, wait a second. No, I got it. No, I wrote it down. I just can't read my own handwriting.
Embarrassing.
All right. This is the pitch. All right. You ready to move into my hard rock? Speaking of rock and roll trains getting off rails, you ready to go with Guns N' Roses already?
I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Tell me about NRA stuff.
NRA.
Are they related to the NRA?
No, they're GNR.
Gun is in the title.
They're GNR. Okay, cool. We'll go into that way. They originally. Hey, good segue. Wow, you're gonna make a good host. When
you're hosting.
When I give you the
yeah,
reins.
I definitely make a good host when you're hosting.
Anyway, Guns N' Roses was started in California. Axl Rose was one of the founding members. He was part of a band named Hollywood Roses, and then there was another band that Slash was actually a member of called LA Guns. They kind of took their best members, combined them, Guns N' Roses.
Nice,
so there's their basic history.
Well, see, I'm already learning. I thought my understanding of Guns N' Roses, they were part of British Invasion. Like they were an English band. Sex Pistols, they're British?
Yes, they are. They're not part of the British Invasion, though. The British Invasion is like the Beatles. That's way
but there's like an era of British invasion that the Guns N' Roses were part of and Sex Pistols were part of. They're contemporaries, right?
Sex Pistols inspired Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses is like 89 to 95.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see how out of my element I am?
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
We're talking hair rock. We're talking trashing a hotel room. This is Guns N' Roses. That's why one of the reasons I really love them is because they were the band, and they described this in Slash's autobiography that I read, where they were one of the bands that's credited for kind of bringing rock back. Because back then it was Poison, Kiss, glam rock, stuff that now we look back and is honestly a little bit laughable.
It's a little embarrassing.
It is. It's like these were the badass, heroin users. They were singing about, like, I want to rock and roll all night. Like, that's lame. But Guns N' Roses was the one that had songs like Mr. Brownstone. Mr. Brownstone is heroin. And they're talking about heroin trips. Night Train is a super cheap alcohol. That's another song title for theirs. Like, these were the guys that wrote their songs while trashing the garage that they were sleeping in.
They sound like your kind of people.
Oh, I love them. Oh, they're so cool. They're like, when I got out of high school and was a freshman, I'm like, I'm Slash. That's how I partied. And then I had to stop.
And then you became an adult.
Yeah, and then just alcoholism was just accepted. So yeah, they started in 1987. Their first album is the one I want you to listen to. It's called Appetite for Destruction. It is, if you
that's a pretty solid album.
Oh, it's got all their big hits. It's got Sweet Child of Mine.
I know that one.
Paradise City. Paradise City is funny. Slash wanted the lyrics to be "Take me down to the Paradise City. They got fat chicks and they got big titties." They changed that in post, so it probably lasted a little bit longer in history. It didn't get turned off right away. But when you listen to that, just think of that. I want you to listen to that because I think Appetite for Destruction is by far one of the best rock albums of all time. And I want you to do it while doing something else. I want you to be playing a video game, and as you boot it up, I want the intro to Welcome to the Jungle to come ringing in as you start that.
I know that song, kind of. Ish.
The intro, Welcome to the Jungle, was voted VH1's #1 best hard rock song of all time. And without a doubt. Like, I asked my dad one time, what do you think was the #1 on there? And he got it right away. ACDC was only on the list twice. Just a little factoid for you.
That's all the schoolboy shorts.
Yeah.
They did not age well.
No. Still wearing them, though. Still rocking them better than I could.
Are they still a band? They still tour?
Yeah, they still do. I wouldn't go see them.
I mean, I wouldn't see anyone that's like been a bit. I mean, like I love Green Day, but like I wouldn't see Green Day now. Like
I saw Motley Crue a couple years ago.
How was that? Fat?
It was pretty good.
Did you say fat?
There was a time there where Tommy Lee, the drummer, got up on the stage and was like talking to the crowd and was like passing a bottle of bourbon down the middle, and I was kind of like, I wonder if everybody in that crowd was like, what the fuck? This is water. Like there's like 8 people down there that now know Tommy Lee is sober. Because I feel like there's no way he just passed that bottle back.
But
maybe.
But answer the question. Just one more fat?
Yeah, you gotta Google. Also, they took a whole bunch of guitarists and edited out the guitar and added in slugs instead. So you know, like that O face that every guitarist gets in the middle of a solo, like they bite their bottom lip or their eyes roll back to the back of their head. Imagine that just with slugs in their hands, so it looks like they're just super grossed out and like Saw 7.
You see, you said slug, and I thought you were talking about like atmosphere slug, and I'm like, that's pretty awesome.
Not the rapper, no, like actual slimy slugs in their hands.
Wappo.
It's pretty awesome. I also recommend, I know you won't, but anybody listening, I recommend you read the Slash autobiography. If you like the stories about those guys trashing hotel rooms, I'll tell you one story from the autobiography.
I would love to hear a Slash story.
So
Does he talk about Guitar Hero in that book?
No, he doesn't.
Missed opportunity.
I think the book ends right at the start of Velvet Revolver, which would have been before that started, but that would have been cool. I want to hear his story about him playing with the Black Eyed Peas at the Super Bowl, too.
That happened?
Yeah, he came
what
out of this.
year?
It was
because the Black Eyed Peas hosted 2 Super Bowls.
It would have been the halftime show. I forget.
Was it the more recent one with the Boom Boom Pows and there was like robots and stuff?
The awful one.
That was really bad.
The one where he came out of the bottom of the stage, played Sweet Child of Mine, Fergie butchered that song, and then that was it. It was one of the things like about where Slash was freaking everywhere. But anyway, so back around the time. They're recording, I believe it was their 2nd or 3rd album, and Slash and them are all in a hotel room. Well, Slash has been known to get drunk and just throw bottles and stuff and just trash the room, but his bodyguard has become way too nice and pretty much friendly. So his bodyguard, after Slash gets really drunk, tries to calm him down, bodyguard trying to calm him down, Slash grabs a bottle and throws it through the TV in his hotel room and then passes out immediately. I guess he just like collapsed after that. Pretty much done. But the next day they check out, no bill for anything. They're all fine. Slash is kind of like, okay, that's weird, cool. I didn't get a charge for that TV. They don't care. Finds out later the bodyguard had lifted up the window. They're on like the 13th floor. Lifted up the window, scaled to the next room, switched TVs, and then scaled back, like looking down 13 floors below him with the TV in hand, squeezes through a window and replaces it. So that's the type of shit that these guys would get into. Or Slash had another story where he ran naked through a golf course because he was high on heroin and freaking out. Like, these are the guys.
I mean, yeah.
It's hair metal. I should have started with that. This is the hair metal hard rock.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty cool. I mean, one of the things that I like to say a lot that I talk about is like we don't have like rock stars anymore. I mean, like, there are rock bands that kind of sort of matter. Like I feel like the Black Keys have their, like, corner of music, and, like, Muse has its thing going on.
I was thinking Muse, too.
But, like, there's not, like...
We got Weezer still. They got, what's his name, Keanu Rivers?
Yeah, but Weezer... Like, the lead singer of Weezer is a dude that would, like, take you to a nice, like, coffee date. And like talk about like he likes your hipster glasses and you're like your messy bun. Yeah. Like I'm talking about like rock stars, loud, proud. This is my fucking cock. I'm gonna throw bottles and I don't give a shit.
And that's why these guys were so big. They brought that back.
No, we don't have that anymore. Except here's my pitch in the middle of your pitch. The modern version of the person we have that is closest to a rock star at like Slashes, in my opinion, Kanye.
Damn it, I don't want to agree with you as much as I do. That's a good point.
You know, dude, like he gets on like he'll go into like 45-minute rants on the press in the middle of a concert and then just walk the fuck out. Like, I don't care you paid $200. Fuck you guys.
That's one reason why when Guns N' Roses was touring with Metallica, I think in the early 90s, Metallica said, we're going on first. So when you guys come on and fuck up and decide you don't want to play, or Axl Rose goes on one of his big rants and doesn't want to play all of a sudden, we still got our shit out of the way. So, like, Metallica didn't trust him enough to go on stage on time, or even go on stage at all. So
I mean, that's what everyone says about Metallica.
You know, maybe you're
very
on point.
Professional businessmen.
They know business. They definitely know business. That's one of the things that you're right. I think rap stars are more of our rock stars of old. Because I mean, I would think there's. I mean, you always have rap battles. Not only like the '90s, like what's his name, Biggie versus Tupac. You know, you have new ones now with Meek Mills and I don't know.
What about hasn't Drake and
Nelly?
like Birdman been having like shit?
Michael Keaton?
No. There's a rapper called Birdman. Maybe it's not Birdman. Maybe it's not Drake.
Drake
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm exposing how much I know about rap music.
Right. Kendrick Lamar.
It's not Kendrick Lamar. Anyway.
The Spice Girls are still a thing, right? They're getting more urban. Anyway.
They're getting more urban? Is that what you said?
Yep. Hey, can you settle a debate since we're on Guns N' Roses talk?
Yeah.
Me and my brother have had this argument forever. Guns N' Roses, what year? I wrote it down the year somewhere. 1991. They had a lot of songs, and they came out with Use Your Illusion 1. And then immediately came out with the second album, Use Your Illusion 2. Same day, same release, everything. They both went on billboards, number 1 and 2, respectively. Yeah. Is that one album?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. I was hoping you would say something else so I could tell you why you're wrong. But
you're just hoping I'd say no, it was one album?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say it was one album so I could then yell
well,
at you.
I mean,
but
like,
no, you're right. That's 2 complete separate albums. They got ranked separately.
I mean, System of a Down did a similar thing. They did Mesmerize and Hypnotize. I think they were like a week apart. Mm-hmm. Green Day did the thing too. That like within like 3 days they did Uno Dos Tres.
Oh yeah.
And they were all bad. They were all bad because they're like 50 now, and like you can't do what Green Day is at 50. It's like embarrassing.
I love, like in my early 20s, I still love that punk rock, the Blink-182, Sum 41, all basically number bands. But I still wonder how those guys still tour, being so angsty with the songs. You know what I mean? Like at some point they gotta like change their lyrics to be like, "Gotta remortgage my home." Those sons of bitches.
Oh, dude, funny story. Like I was closing the restaurant last night, and I had control of the music, and we listened to like a lot of good music for like 5 hours. But I was kind of like, let's just put on something like I haven't listened to in forever. What is this like now? Mm-hmm. So I put on Swan Songs by Hollywood and Dead.
Whoa.
And that is embarrassing.
Yeah, right. Like,
I'm embarrassed for America for having that.
That was popular for a while.
It was really popular. They came out of MySpace Records. Remember when MySpace had a record label?
Yeah.
No, but like they still a band. They still tour.
That's crazy. That's such like angry, angsty white boy rap.
I know, angry white boy music, and like they're such posers.
They're very trashy,
like you listen.
Yeah,
they're
trashy and posers.
They're rich white kids and they're pretending there's something they're not. But like the word I used last night to describe them to my cook of like, this is why we're listening to this. I think it's kind of funny, and it wasn't that funny. We stopped every 10 minutes because it was just awful.
Yep.
But I like the word that you could use to describe Hollywood and Dead is ratchet.
Ratchet. God, I hate
they
that
are
phrase
ratchet.
So much. That's a dumb phrase. I hate it. My sister uses it all the time. I just say it's dumb or it's gross or something.
It's okay. You don't understand black culture. It's fine.
it's just dumb. Not black culture. Damn it. I'm not racist. I'm not. I meant the term ratchet. So yeah. Hollywood and Dead does have a guitar player, but he is less of a god than Slash. In fact, he's not a god.
Yeah, we're going back to Guns N' Roses. Cool.
Yeah. Wait, you're not into my Guns N' Roses?
No, I'm really into it. No, I'm really into it. I'm trying to loop you back. I'm trying to remind people what we're doing here because we just talked about Hollywood and Dead for 5 minutes, and it was really why did that happen? We're talking about Guns N' Roses, a real rock band, allegedly. I don't know yet.
They are. Slash is one of the best guitarists of all time. Axl Rose has a voice that would not work with any other band but Guns N' Roses. That's the other thing. You talk about Green Day a while ago. Mm-hmm. I feel like Billy Bob Armstrong has one of those voices.
Billy Bob Armstrong?
What's his name?
Billy Joe Armstrong?
Oh, Billy Joe
Billy Bob Thornton Armstrong.
They're related.
Remember when lead singer of Green Day was in a funny movie called Bad Santa?
Right.
Oh, wait, no, that was Billy Bob Thornton. The lead singer of Green Day is Billy Joe Armstrong.
They look the same, right?
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was a little hot. I got a little defensive.
Billy Bob Thornton kind of looks like Billy Joe Armstrong.
We've never seen them in the same room together.
I mean, Billy Bob Thornton could play like the Green Day Retired movie. Doesn't matter, not the point. What the hell are we talking about?
We're pitching movies.
Billy Bob Thornton Armstrong has a voice that really isn't really that good of a singing voice, but it's perfect for that. Same with Axl Rose.
Definitely.
Whiny, kind of screamy, but it works for that 80s hair metal rock. And I don't know. He's a great songwriter. He's a crazy son of a bitch, though.
My question is, would you say that like he was born with that voice, or like that's how he learned how to sing? Or would you say that voice has years of like drug abuse and heroin that
Yes.
got it to where it is?
I'd say both. You can tell he naturally probably has a little whinier voice anyway, but yeah, no, that they definitely put some shit in their throats that made him. That's the one thing about smoking I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I guess smoking actually increases your range when singing. It makes it more raspy and kind of a little harder to understand, but it actually kind of broadens it out. Your range actually grows a little bit. So, let's be the generation that keeps smoking going.
I don't think that's right.
I would see it.
I don't think it's true.
All right. Well, I'm hosting this podcast, so it's true. Moving on to Guns N' Roses' second album.
Wait a minute. Question. I don't want to stop. We can move on to the second
Okay.
album, but like, you're the host of the podcast. That does not make you the master of facts.
I want to kill a generation.
You're not John Boehner, sir. You don't get your own facts.
What is that info smoking? Like, we're down to 9%. Let's get it back up to 18, you guys. We were doing good for a while.
Damn.
Generation that continues.
Philip Morris sponsors this podcast. That's not true.
And Jane Goodall.
It's not true. And Jane Goodall's Children Guerrilla Army.
Yep.
Okay, second album, Guns N' Roses. Pitch it.
Oh, I was actually just going to have you listen to their first one. Their second one is really good, though, too. It has a song called November Rain on it that I suggest. Actually, there we go. Check out Appetite for Destruction, their album, and November Rain's music video, because it is awesome. It's got Axl Rose as their lead singer. He's dressed up as he's a groom, getting married. Towards the end, it's like
spoilers.
It's like a 7-minute song. It gets dramatic. There is a scene where Slash is his best man, and Slash walks out of the church with a guitar for some reason. It's a very funny 80s music video because there are parts of it that just don't make sense at all, but you just accept it because it's Slash. He's got a top hat. There's no reason for that. He walks out of the church, and he's playing guitar, and there's totally a helicopter shot where you can see some of the dust flying everywhere from the helicopter, and he's like trying to stay still and guard his eyes. But there's a very 80s helicopter shot where he loops around.
Compared to those 90s helicopter shots.
So you know what I'm talking about. This is the grandfather of that. What else? Patience is a good song. I don't have you check that one out. Their most recent one, so they had Use Your Illusions 1 and 2, came out in 91. I should let you know Appetite for Destruction, the one you are going to listen to.
Yep.
87, best debut album of all time. That's my opinion, but it's also
that's not my opinion, but it's also true.
It's also true. It's one of the best-selling debut albums.
Okay.
So everybody loved it. Took like a year to get popular too. After that, they came out with the Spaghetti Incident, which actually made them all break up a little bit because they kind of got in fights about recording rights and stuff like that.
Mom Spaghetti.
Thank you, Eminem. That's actually inspired that. But then in 2008, they released the 10-year Chinese Democracy album. They were working on it for 10 years.
I know. I've heard that title.
It's like, that was like the stereotypical Axl Rose, no, it's not perfect. We have to delete everything and start over. You know, that artist stereotype where they get too powerful.
Diva stuff.
Diva. That's perfect. And then he got fat, and
Yep.
There's rumors now of them getting back together.
Do we really want that to happen?
I don't really care.
Do we really want that to happen?
It's like all the movie sequels that are coming out. I'm like, I like Super Troopers 1, Super Troopers 2. I can hope it's good.
I mean, Anchorman 2 is garbage. Dumb and Dumber 2 is garbage.
2 is garbage. I kind of liked Anchorman.
Hangover 3 was garbage. Hangover 2 kind of garbage too.
Yeah, I actually stopped watching it for
Like,
the first one.
Zoolander 2 is coming out, and I'm terrified because like Zoolander is like top 10 comedies of all time, and they're gonna ruin it.
What was the best sequel ever?
To comedy movies or just in general?
I mean, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, Saw 2, Shrek 2.
The Purge 2.
Shrek 2 is pretty good.
Shrek 2.
Dude, there's Puss in Boots. There's the Fairy Godmother.
102 Dalmatians.
John Cleese is in that movie.
I can't tell if you're serious anymore.
No, I'm being dead serious. Shrek 2 is better than the original. Every Shrek after that is like horrifying. But Shrek 2?
All right.
Antonio Banderas is a cat that wears boots.
Wow, he needed money. They wanted Ricky Martin, but Ricky Martin was like, I'm better than that. I guess you're right. It's been very critically acclaimed. But this is my fucking train, and I say it was crap.
I have
and Anchorman 2 was gold.
I have another question about Guns N' Roses, which is what we're still talking about.
That's right.
Even though we just talked about Shrek 2. Somehow. I don't know how that happened.
We brought up Balto at one point, too, I think in the last podcast. It doesn't matter. We're always getting off the rein.
Yep. Anyway, where I don't know a lot about 80s metal or hair stuff or like whatever you call it. My parents are like older than most parents of people my age. I was adopted. They got me late. So my understanding of parents' music, I feel like you. Would you say your love of Guns N' Roses was given to you from your parents a little bit?
Yeah.
Like that was their music and they like imprinted on you. Like I think that's something everyone goes through.
They didn't let me listen to Bowling for Soup in the car. I had to listen to Guns N' Roses.
Bowling for Soup's so good though. So like my parents are like a decade older than like people our age's parents generally. So like my parent music is like the Grateful Dead and like Pink Floyd and like the Beatles. You know, like good music. Mm-hmm. Versus 80s is like not good music. But like that's them imprint. I don't even know if it's real. It's just like my understanding of music goes from like 1960 to like probably 1975, and then it just jumps to like 94. There's just like a black hole.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why they're credited so high is because there was a lot of crap in the 80s, and they were like the ones who like I think they did go through a glam rock phase for a short time, but then we're kind of like, this isn't us. I don't want to take the time to put on the makeup. That's what Slash used in his autobiography, where he's like, I just didn't want to take the time to do all the crap. It took so long.
That's really funny. So my question is, there is one 80s artist that I'm like pretty much all about.
Meatloaf.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, from the men's locker room, he makes the shot. Oh man, that was great.
Yes.
That was my joke answer.
It's. I mean, my love of Meatloaf is definitely a joke, and it is a real unironic love. But like, the theatrics and like the melodrama, like I don't know if you ever seen the music video "I'd Do Anything for Love," but my God, I don't know. Also, I don't know if that's the name of the song. That's just like the refrain. It is.
Yep.
Cool. See, Bat Out of Hell.
Yep.
Anyway, so where does Guns N' Roses rank in comparison to Meatloaf? Because that is literally Meatloaf and U2, which fuck U2, hate U2. Meatloaf and U2 are like my entire impression of the 80s.
Mm-hmm. They are. I would say they're on top. I'd say they're most popular, even though Meatloaf is way. U2's super popular too. I would say they probably have. I want to say they have more lasting value just because of what they stood for, but damn. I would say talent-wise, they definitely have a lot of stuff kind of like Meatloaf, where they have big, long orchestral stuff that changes halfway through, actually. Okay. Which is one reason why, like, November Rain definitely has, what's it called? Has a change in the music. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I guess they're just awesome. I guess I don't understand your question that well.
I guess I'm just asking, like, if I like Meatloaf, will I like Guns N' Roses?
You would actually probably like some of their later albums a little bit more. No.
Different.
No, there's gonna be a lot of riffs. There's gonna be a lot of guitar solos you're gonna like.
Okay.
November Rain, you're gonna love November Rain. That's gonna be your favorite Guns N' Roses song for sure.
I like the songs for the ladies.
What else? What else are you gonna like? Let's see. I started writing them down. Welcome to the Jungle. That's a good one.
I know that song.
By the way, all their songs off this album, pretty much all of them were written in like a day.
They didn't take the Kanye route. They didn't practice beats 3 days a week every summer for 3 summers long.
Nope. Actually, they wrote. I forget if it's "Welcome to the Jungle" or "Paradise City," but one of them was in the van, crammed in on the way to their very first gig ever. So that was kind of cool. They in Slash's autobiography, he builds it up to say like
biography.
In Slash's book, he says the skyline came over the line right as they finished it. So I think he might be lying, but I'm gonna accept it anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. So listen to that album. Watch the November Rain video.
Awesome. I will do those things, and I'm gonna take over hosting for a second. I'm gonna close the show.
That's fine.
I'm gonna close the show. Jason.
You know,
Jason. No, Jason. You did a good job. Thank you.
Really?
You have a job next week.
Thanks, brah.
No problem, brah. Let's bring the show home. That bear coming over that hill.
The freaking bear.
It's not a phrase. The otter is coming to the station.
What?
The mosquito is coming around the bend, as they say in the Congo. right?
sweat
The
has dripped.
mosquitoes coming around the bend. That's a phrase from the Congo.
Yes, it is from the
Okay,
Congo.
the mosquitoes coming around the bend. Let's close the
appreciate it.
show.
I appreciate that
We're
reference.
to our final and favorite segment. It's called
Little treasures.
Little Treasures. This is a segment where we talk about the people, place, or things that made us happy this week. Jason, what is your little treasure of the week?
My little treasure of the week is my car because months and months ago, the mechanic told me I should stop driving it.
Can you pause for a second?
Sure.
Month ago,
Month
the
and
mechanic.
I turned into Droopy Dog all of a sudden.
Yep, no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay,
You're back.
so many moons ago, months and months ago, the mechanic told me I should stop driving the car I am driving. And guess what? It is still going. The strut is broken on the right, and I make sure I'm on the right side of the road so it doesn't ram into another car or off a river. But I am still fine, and I'm happy about that.
And you're not gonna take this car long distance anymore, right?
I might have to. The holidays are coming. But no, I'm not supposed to.
Please rent a car.
I'm not supposed to.
Please rent a car. I don't want to have a dead podcast host. Not because, just to be clear, not because I care about you, because that's gonna be an awkward show. Yeah, so I don't have a host anymore. He's dead.
It's gonna be the season of 8 Simple Rules after John Ritter died.
By the way, season of the show 8 Simple Rules after John Ritter died, better show.
Really?
Dude, that grandpa, David Spade's on that show after.
What?
Did you not know that?
I never watched it once.
Oh, dude,
I liked 3.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be my little treasure. Are you done with your little treasure?
I'm good. My car still runs.
I was gonna talk about something else, but man, you really you primed me up. This is perfect. I love 8 Simple Rules.
Oh man.
Unapologetically, it was one of the. I did not have cable when I was a child. I only had 4 channels. I've actually never had cable. Probably never going to have cable.
Ooh. We won't be roommates.
I'm a cord cutter. I got the Hulus, I got the Netflixes, but no cable.
Oh man, I want the Red Zone package from DirecTV.
And so my favorite thing about being in I think it must have been grade school or maybe middle school, is I'd rush home, I get off at 3 o'clock, and at 3:30 to 4 o'clock every day on the CW, or it was probably still the WB back then.
Yep.
I don't know when that shift happened.
Yep.
But they played reruns of 8 Simple Rules. And it was my favorite show, and I'm pretty sure most of my love of it was fueled by the fact that I thought the younger redheaded daughter was super hot.
Oh yeah, that's why I watched Heroes.
Anyways, but that show is it's pretty good for a normal sitcom. And after the dad dies, they bring this grandpa in. The grandpa moves into the house, and he's the old guy from The Notebook. I feel like that's what people know him from. But he's a really good actor. And he has really good comedic timing. And him and then the crazy uncle who's a bum has to move in. And that is David Spade.
So this is the reverse of Full House.
Basically,
This
yeah.
is what would have happened if Danny Tanner would have died and...
Exactly. No, but the timing between those two is the nostalgia of remembering how much I liked 8 Simple Rules 15 years ago is my little treasure for this week. Aw.
Little treasures.
Yep. Thank you for listening to our Baltic Avenue podcast. If you like this podcast, you might like another podcast, as some call it, our sister podcast. It is called Drinking in Closets. It is about 2 people sitting in this very room, talking about what they're doing after college, and getting very drunk and very sweaty.
Which ironically, what they're doing after college is getting drunk and sweaty.
Yeah. So not that different from being in college.
Yeah.
Except there's no papers, which is awesome. Yeah, so Drinking in Closets, you should check that out. If you want to follow us, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at YoungThesbian42. Jason is...
I am at Jason Westling on Twitter. That is JASON Westling.
You definitely spelled the part that people did not need spelling for, and you definitely skipped over the part that people definitely need spelling for.
Tune in next week for the second half of that spelling.
And yeah, feel free to check out our website, which I will name later because I don't remember what our website's called.
It's going to be on the internet. Well, anyway, I guess that's all we got for today.
Yep. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Bitches.